So over here I have melted 50 grams of shea butter and tallow mixed in together, and I've used a double boiler, just one that I picked up from IKEA. It was really cheap, so I just really made it a light simmer on the pot and mixed in the shea butter and tallow there, and that's a really good base for the soap. I chose to do that because last time I made an olive oil soap, I didn't use any other ingredients except for the olive oil, and it honestly was so long a process to set, and it was really squishy and soft, and I took it out of the mold too soon and it was really a disaster. So hopefully the tallow and the shea butter make it a lot better. I've just measured out 30 milligrams approximately of this lavender commercial essential oil that I got from, where is it? Heirloom Body Care. Obviously you don't have to get your lavender or your essential oils from there. You can get them from anywhere, but it just makes a really great smell. Here in the bucket I have 900 grams of the light olive oil that I'm using. I also obviously mentioned before I was using shea butter and tallow, and the 30 milligrams of lavender oil. So I have Australian white kaolin clay, and I also have this clay, which is upside down. I won't tip it upside down. It's French light red clay. So I've never used that before. I'm really going to check it out and see what it looks like. In this recipe, originally I was going to use olive oil that I had infused with chamomile flowers from my own garden. I'm not doing that today because the smell of that would be completely drowned out by the lavender oil. So I'm not doing that today, but usually it's a great idea, and it smells amazing.
Hey everyone, it's Annette here. Just doing a bit of a voiceover here. I've sped up the process when I actually blend the soap together because it took quite a while. So what I did is I first started off by getting the olive oil mixture and the tallow and shea butter together in that white pot that you see there, and then I got 2 teaspoons of kaolin clay and 1 teaspoon of the red clay, and so I mixed that through. Right then, just a minute ago, you saw me pouring in the mix of the lye and the water that was specifically measured for this recipe. So here began the fun process of blending it. Now, because it was quite cool, the lye mixture had cooled down quite a lot. It was quite a cold day. It took a while to actually get the result that I wanted, which is where you lift up the blender stick and you create a light trace on the top of the mixture. So I was blending here for quite a while. When I started off, the color of the mixture was quite red and brown, like a brown matter, sort of really earthy color. As I began to process it longer and longer, I got lighter and lighter, more lighter pink color. And at this point here, I just poured in the 30 milligrams of the lavender essential oil right at the end, and the mixture is starting to thicken up just about enough to call a light trace. It was a bit close. I could have gone for longer, but I had been blending for a substantial amount of time at this point for a cold process soap. So I pretty much decided to call it a day at this point, and I got out this silicone soap dish, poured it in, and it comes out really smooth. It really looks good. And basically I just
3
left it there.
days later.
Okay, so it's a few days later, and I have cut my soap and wrapped it in plastic and made cute little labels and I've put French clay and lavender on it. Even though there was a lot more ingredients than that, this is just for family, and I thought that looked a lot better than jamming olive oil, kaolin clay, French clay, and all the rest of it. Just seemed a bit more sort of cozy to call it French clay and lavender. So I'm going to wrap these up, maybe tie a little bit of string around them. And yeah, I kind of cut them a bit premature because today's Tuesday, and I did this on Saturday, but with an olive oil soap, as I mentioned before. I think you really have to let it sit a long time before you cut it. Never mind though, it looks pretty cute, and I'm gonna send these on their way shortly. Thanks everyone.